This should be interesting. This is a double gang socket, but it's one that has just been recalled. MK is a sort of, it's an old brand in the UK. It used to be their sort of Rolls-Royce brand. And they've introduced this more, shall we say, economy range to make it more affordable to the general populace. And it seems to have backfired because these actually have a problem. Odd wrapping. You'll find if you look for MK Recall, oh, this cover comes off the front. If you look for MK Recall, you'll find an official document regarding this that covers which models have been recalled. But the problem is apparently with the switch. Okay, these switches here are double pole. I've never worked out why you'd want double pole switches on a socket, because to me, you should only just be breaking live. Because if you want to fully isolate something, you can just literally, you can pull the plug out. I don't know why they do that. But the problem is apparently that you can get arc flash. Is this double pole switching? We'll find out when we open it up. The problem with these is that if you switch them on and off under load, there is a possibility of them flashing over inside, the arc flash causing flames to come out through the crevice around the outside of the switch and actually burn your fingers slightly, presumably tripping the breaker in the process. Let's get straight into this and open it. So I'm going to take off the screws. It does feel very light and flimsy, but that's partly because it's a two-piece construction. As soon as I found out these had been recalled, I went to an online website where you can buy recalled products. It's called eBay. And they just, you know, they seem to say, oh dear, that's been recalled, let's get our money back, and then we'll get rid of all the products that we've got by selling them on eBay to unsuspecting individuals. Handy when you're looking to buy a recalled product though. So let's get the last screw out here and see what happens. Is this going to fall into lots of pieces? Here it is. Is it double pole? So this is kind of clipped in. Let me just get a screwdriver and unclip one of these, and then I'll give you a zoomed down image of it. Oh, not so easy to get out. It's single pole. So I got the impression this was a double pole issue, but it's not. Okay. Righty-ho. So what's the arc flash thing occurring then? Is it just because there's inadequate shielding around here that if it pulls an arc, I mean, that is a really big gap that's opening up. It's not like a small contact. Let me take some pictures of this and we can take a look at it closer. One moment, please. Rather than try and take pictures of something that's better visualized in the flesh as such, I can show you the clearance here. The switch has a very wide opening. It opens about 3 millimeters, which I thought would have been enough for this. If I shine a light in there to actually focus it into the area in question, you can see that the gap in the contacts is pretty big when it's open. Initially, I thought the reason it was flashing over was because it was a double pole switch, but it's not. The only thing it can really flash over in the vicinity is the earth bar that comes along the top here. And even then, everything is clamped into place when this is in the unit. All the contacts are held down. I wonder what's actually happening here. Is it because maybe a contact's bad and that the plastics that's supposed to hold it down is melting? I'm not really sure. It'd be interesting seeing one that's actually failed, but as it stands at the moment, I don't see anything majorly wrong with the design. If anything, it looks quite nice, an uncluttered layout in here. That's very odd, very strange indeed. But there we have it. For all I can really see, I don't see anything major wrong with this. Oh, then again, you know, sometimes you design things with good intent, and things just don't quite work out. You know, it's just something that you just didn't expect happens. And I wonder if that's what's happened here. But very annoying for MK because, as I say, they're pretty much the Rolls-Royce of electrical accessories. They've got that reputation. And here they've tried to make something more affordable for for general use, and it's come back and it's bitten them and it's potentially damaging their reputation. Very strange. But that's what sometimes happens. Sometimes you're better if you've got a good high profile status, you've got a good product. Just ignore the people who want a cheaper product because it just tends to cause problems and it's not worth the bother in the long run. But there we have it. The recall on these, kind of vague. I don't really know why this is happening. It looks fine inside. I can't see anything that I would obviously associate with arc flash, unless they're just saying that for some other reason, just to make it. I don't know. It's very strange, but there we have it. So if you've got some MK sockets, this particular range, which is the one, I don't know if it's just the one with the clip over cover, but they have a number printed on the back of the unit. In this case, it's MK MV2747WHI, the WHI presumably meaning white, and the important bit being MV2747. But if you look up the recall notice online, it indicates which units have been recalled, and you can then make a decision with what you want to do, whether you want to actually go for the recall or just keep using them as is. But there we have it, the MK economy socket that has that slight arc flash issue.